Okay, I wouldn't normally make a video on this because it's very boring, but this one has an added effect. So, this is a Pestzilla bug zapper. You see these under a bunch of different names, Pest Century, and I don't know. Cheap little things. They got CFL ballasts in them that drive their two 10-watt fluorescent lamps, and they have a bank of capacitors that charge up with high voltage to produce the zapping effect. Well, this one, the little CFL ballast failed. Both the caps went bad. It just failed, and it took out the two lamps with it, so I bought two new lamps. They actually aren't that expensive. If you look through Pestzilla and go to the website to order new lamps that they put on the back of it, they're like $50 a piece, but if you go on eBay and look up 10-watt bug zapper lamp, they're like $8 for both of them. Anyway, the little CFL ballast died, so I went through a couple of different ideas here. I have, and here's one of the lamps that came out of it in case you're wondering. Yeah, I fried one, and then the other one fried itself, but anyway, I have quite a few different fluorescent ballasts, and my first idea was to take a couple of these choke ballasts that drive 15-watt lamps and put starter switches and stuff in there, but that ended up being messy and didn't work. So what I did was I took a ballast that we're supposed to run two 15 or 20-watt lamps. It's a rapid start ballast. The Keystone ballast that came out of this fixture, if you remember the video converting this fixture to preheat. And yes, I did put this pull chain on here. Anyway, if you remember that video, it's the ballast that came out of there. Now generally, and here's what I found, I knew this, so fluorescent ballasts don't like not being grounded. The rapid start ones, electronic ones are okay. That's why this light here, sometimes in the morning when you first turn it on, you gotta reach up there and touch it, because it needs to be grounded. But here's the interesting thing about this. It starts up just fine. And here's my theory. When I was first working on it, yeah, I left the capacitor bank in the inverter in here for this high voltage. I always stick a screwdriver in here to keep it shorted out. That way it doesn't shock the shit out of me while I'm working on it. Well, if we go ahead and turn it on now, you'll see just one light lights up very dimly and the other one just glows. And that's what a fluorescent lamp does when it's not grounded. If I were to touch the lamps, they would light up. However, I'm not going to touch the lamps, obviously, because they're in a bug zapper. But I found that having this cage here, you can see it's kind of close to the lamp there, that's charged with high voltage, is enough to start the lamps. So we'll go ahead and turn it on now without the things being shorted up so that the high voltage can charge up. And what you'll see is that it takes it a second to come on, but it does come on once that charges up. So we'll turn it on now. And now it's going to make an idiot out of me. We'll try it again. Seriously, we're just working. Like, literally all of yesterday. It's kind of temperamental when you short it out. So I'll let it cool back down, but we'll go ahead and turn it on now. And that's what it normally does. You saw it took a second, but it did come on. And it makes an interesting sound. So, if you short it out, then it's going to have issues starting. But I guess if you leave it, let it be, it'll start. It's very bright, like, very bright. I don't think these are proper UV bulbs, these cheap eBay things, like the original ones were. They're less purple and more just, they're less purple and like UV light, and they're just like regular blue light, but that's fine. And the same effect will happen if you use the switch on it. I just have it on this plug-in switch. Well, now that I turned it off there. So yeah, there's that.